Hey everyone, my name is Simpzy. How you all doing? Welcome back to some more Crusader Kings 3 here today on the channel. We're going to be starting a brand new campaign series as King Robert Hardyng-Baratheon. So like, subscribe, all that good YouTube stuff. So this is a continuation from my Harold Hardyng series. He's now passed away, and I feel like this needs a new series in itself. It's a new generation. Robert sits the Iron Throne at 59 years of age with his Tyrell wife. And yeah, there's still a lot to do. So, quick recap for this story. Harold Hardyng married Maya Stone, legitimized her, put her on the Iron Throne. Harold Hardyng has had a massive amount of children, and some of them sit in Harrenhal, some of them sit in Riverrun and in Tarth and whatnot. So, Maya Stone is Robert Baratheon's eldest child, although illegitimate now, legitimized. Now, Robert is their firstborn child, so Robert the second of House Hardyng and Baratheon. We're going to create a new cadet branch too to represent this claim. Now, this is essentially in a Dream of Spring. So the other houses of Westeros look a little bit different. So in the Stormlands, they're free and independent, and they've been pretty much throughout in the entirety of Robert's claim. They're under the control of Shireen's son, so Stannis' grandson. So Robert does have a decent amount of children here. He has 5. Unfortunately, one of his daughters died in a horse racing accident. Ronald Hardyng is his heir, but he's a little bit of a bad egg, if you would. I don't know if Ronald's going to inherit the Iron Throne. He had a marriage alliance with Stannis' only living daughter after Shireen. He broke that betrothal and is now adventuring around, which isn't the best. Mace Tyrell had another daughter somehow with the Hightower woman, and that's who Robert ended up marrying. So we have a Storm King in the Stormlands, we have a King of the Reach, and we have Tyrion Lannister's son sitting down in Dorne, and then we've got the Iron Islands too. So we're going to have the conquest of the Seven Kingdoms with Bobby B reborn. He does look like the spitting image of Robert Baratheon. We made the decision to marry Harold Hardyng to a Baratheon woman. We could have gone with a Tyrell or maybe Daenerys, but we opted with using those Baratheon genetics. So, we've got Joffrey Baratheon of the Lannister line, son of Tommen. He's going to be our Hand of the King, as the Riverlands, the North, the Vale, and the Westerlands have sworn fealty to King Robert. Although he is technically my cousin in game, wink, because we both claim to be a descendant of Robert Baratheon, but we're the really true Baratheons. Now, Robert isn't the most, let's say, military-focused man. Doesn't have very high martial, but he has pretty decent learning and diplomacy. So he now ascends the Iron Throne, and we've got to bring the Stormlands, Dornish, the Reach under our control. So we can expand this even further. So my eldest sister is married to a Greyjoy. She sits in Riverrun. We've got a Hightower cadet branch. One of my cousins, it would have been Harold's grandson, sits as the Lord of Tarth. And now we've got this new Baratheon Hardyng branch. I think we'll just call it House Hardyng for now, but it's like Hardyng-Baratheon, really. Okay, so is there anything else we can do here? No prisoners. Our Kingsguard has probably changed quite a bit too. There's a bunch of pardons we can grant. So the Tully Freys sit in the Riverlands. The Boltons rule the North. We took Riverrun from them, but we weren't able to gain any more prominence. We did have Harrenhal firmly under our control. So the Kingdom of the Mountain and the Vale is ruled, and the Crown Lands is ruled by House Hardyng. Okay, so we can go with Hardyng Dynasty. So I think we're going to go with Blood, because we've got congenital traits. I think that's better than the other one. I thought the other one was better. Child of my dynasty, sure. But at the moment, we've managed to put House Hardyng on a bunch of seats. Let's just execute this scheme that we had sitting there, which I didn't plan, before we start kicking off these wars. Alright, so maybe I make him look a little bit more, red and gold. Taking his Baratheon heritage. Alright, so I think it's time to go after Storm King Buran. So even this is technically a Massey sitting on the throne, because Stannis had 2 children, and these are the Baratheons of Stannis' line. So the male line of House Baratheon is pretty much dead, or the legitimate line. So Shireen had 3 sons, and now they've all had sons. It's just, House Baratheon is just crazy. The fertility they have in this game. So here is the family tree, and we're going to declare war upon him and go with Iron Throne vassalization, I think. And then we could even potentially put myself or one of my brothers on the throne. So the Storm Kings have been independent for, I don't know, nearly 60 years or so. So they need to be brought back in. Yeah, so even Dragonstone's not under our control. Unfortunately, we've got no artifacts like Bobby's hammer and armor, but it's not like we're fighting in combat. Alright, so this is going to be interesting to see how we go. We should have the numbers numerically, but because there's been quite some time since wars have happened, I don't know if we've got that many high-valued commanders in our ranks. Like, we had John Royce, who was like one of the best commanders in CK3. Let alone Aegon. But we've got a lot of green boys fighting this as we go to fight Robert Boran Massey, essentially, because he managed to keep the Baratheon name. So do I recognize? No, I really don't recognize any of these Kingsguard members, or maybe a broom. Alright, so we have 91,000. Let's look to move against our Baratheon brethren. So, King Robert, the Grim, has given the command. We've won our first battle. Also, Stannis lived for quite some time too. So, we had a war in the Riverlands. We tried to liberate the north. We failed. We did manage to get rid of fake Aegon. Of course, even Jon Snow's did, I think. Okay, let's split the army. Let's keep half of it besieging. 38,000 should be enough against 27,000. So let's siege Storm's End and allow our 36... Oh, okay. I don't like that balance of power. Let's split again and get the Kingsguard to bring half of them. There's still 13 against... Come on, can you get in quick enough? Oh no! We're going to have to bring in everyone. So unfortunately, although... Oh wow, the Dragon Pit remade. Why is that? Oh, okay, because that was commissioned beforehand. Interesting, because we're still trying to build Harrenhal too. Oh, our finances are absolutely in the ruin. We lost a Kingsguard member there. Maybe that's why. Our finances are in the poopy. Take the knee, we'll reset that. Alright, let's go in again. Oh my god, that just shows you when the finances drop. It goes crazy. House Vance. Jorah Vance. JD Vance. Okay. Let's point him to the Kingsguard. And... oh, nice. We've managed to capitulate them. Can I take a hostage? Salana Baratheon to enforce the demands. Sure. And now Stannis Baratheon's son, Buran Baratheon, really Buran Massey, has now bent the knee to his distant cousin. Okay, so my nephew is in Tarth, but he will accept vassalization. Interesting. So let's do that. Same with Massey. Okay, that's nice. And we might look to usurp that title, I guess, at a later date. Nearly for myself. Alright. Well, let's make plans and preparations to go into the Reach. Well, technically, even my son has a strong claim. So, Samwell, Willis, there's been, and now Devon. So there's been a fair few generations of Tyrells. Ronald, being half Tyrell himself, has a strong claim to the Reach. So, and even like we've married into House Tyrell too, but we need to vassalize them. There's still a fair few claims. Like I think we've even got like a couple Tyrells in my court. if we want to be Pacific. Yeah, we've got Guy Tyrell, John Tyrell, who are like married into the throne, who we could seat there eventually too. Because, what, where are we? So John, so interesting. So through the Hightower line. And then my one of my, wait, my half-sister is married to the heir. Interesting. Because we do have a lot, like for example, we brought in Guy Tyrell and John Tyrell, but the only reason we allowed them to marry in was for them to go with matrilineal marriage, so they would be named Hardyng, because it's the royal house now. And it has been for one generation, I suppose. If you're not including Maya, who ruled the Iron Throne for quite some time. We've got 78 living members. Yeah, so my granddaughter is currently married to Guy Tyrell. Both of the Tyrells there. Okay. Alright, so I think we'll go with Iron Throne vassalization. It brings more in. And then we can try and strip the claim. So my niece of Tarth is currently queen. Interesting. So she has, like, we share grandparents there. Alright, let's go with Iron Throne vassalization. Although I'm very tempted to go with Guy, but trying to seat another Tyrell might be more difficult. Or maybe we just strip it later. Because eventually I'd like to put House Hardyng on all the thrones in Westeros. That would be good. Alright, let's rally the banners and go into the Reach. Now, we had financial issues last time because we've just taken over playing as Robert. We don't have the biggest war chest. We built up a massive one in playing as Harold Hardyng, but because we got like 100k, we're gonna need that 100k too. To support that, we need to get a loan from the Iron Bank. So we're going to ask for 1,000 gold. So my nephew, Euron the Red Kraken, married to, well, sorry, the son of my elder sister. He's going to help us raid and reeve the Reach, I suppose. Alright, looks like the Corgyles are supporting them, interestingly enough. Alright, so... Oh, okay. So Solana is now of age. We're going to keep her because we could use her for a political marriage, potentially. Alright, we're pushing down against the Tyrells. We've intercepted 50,000 and we've won a decisive victory there. The Red Kraken of Riverrun has won a glorious victory, crushing the Tyrell host. Let's move to Highgarden, and because we got so many, we're going to go with the RNG of just trying to assault the capital. We will take a lot of losses. We're being blackmailed there, so be it. So Highgarden has now fallen, and we're going to start slowly but surely picking apart the rest of the Reach. As I don't sort of blame the Stormlands and the Reach for having 2-3 generations of kings after Tommen being toppled, and then Aegon, and then Maya. I get it. But now we're playing as Robert Hardyng-Baratheon, the second of his name, using Robert Baratheon's claim, the usurper's claim. We're going to try and bring the Seven Kingdoms fully under House Hardyng-Baratheon control. Andrew Carpenter, dude's an absolute giant. I think we go with him. And then we've still got the Dornish and the Iron Islands. Oh, nice. We've managed to rekindle our relationship with our wife. Nice. Alright, let's move to Old Town. Try and take that particular seat. I can't see the Tyrells coming back from this, although we just engaged on 9,000. We still haven't found King Devon. He is nowhere to be seen. The Shadow of Fame. Alright, let's move to the Citadel and take the High Tower. The High Tower of Alexandria, I like to call it. Okay, we can't allow them to retake that territory, so let's move our 30,000 there, and let's allow the Greyjoy kin to attack Old Town. That would be quite fitting. But so far, Storm Kings have bent the knee, pushing into the Reach. Surely we should be able to call like the rest of the Westeros lords to help us out. It does look like King Devon has taken the field. But unfortunately on that note, it's time to end the video here. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed episode 1, episode 8 of this House Hardyng series. Stay tuned for episode 2 of the Robert Baratheon, House Hardyng-Baratheon series as we look to try and win this war in the Reach and set up this royal dynasty. So hopefully you like this run, a little bit different. I'm having an absolute blast, but stay tuned for more content on the channel. My name has been Simpzy. Goodbye.